Why you shouldn't kill living things. Reason number one, it is illegal and it's dangerous. For most countries on planet Earth, if you kill a human being or creatures that are similar to human beings, it's against the law. You will either go to jail for a very long time, or you will get a hefty fine if you kill an animal. Or jail time, actually, too. That's maybe the biggest reason. That's a very obvious reason to see. That's not the biggest reason. The biggest reason is that killing things is against nature's code. If you look at the animal world is full of fear. Every animal is virtually in a constant state of fear, with a small exception of predators that dominate the animal world, but even they are still full of fear. Only a human being is capable of going beyond fear, or transcending fear, or curing fear. And that's what we can do. There is, fortunately, a mechanism in place that prevents you from killing things. If you kill something even as little as an ant or an insect or a bug or a mosquito, your heart closes down, even momentarily. But that's, small things. If you kill things that are much bigger or have much higher intelligence and ability to communicate, your heart closes down even more, even further. And you can actually see this. It's not hard to see. I'm reminded. I watched this Navy SEAL, and this man has killed a lot of human beings, and he's killed some famous people as well. Maybe you can figure out who he is, but I'm not going to talk about him specifically. I have too much respect for him as a man. But he's killed a lot of human beings, and you can see it in his face, you can see it in his eyes, I can see it in his aura and his energy. It will take a significant length of time for him to strive with effort in order for him to escape the karma that he's done, just even in this lifetime. I don't know what comes next to that man after he passes away, but I don't think it's good. I can also see something as hefty or heavy as killing an enlightened being, which, by the way, the Buddha said that there are 5 crimes in the universe which have the most punishment, we could say. Not in terms of the law is going to punish you, even if you get away with the crime, so to speak. You will still get punished. Nature will punish you, and it's the heaviest heaviest punishment. Excuse me for my cough. Number 1 is injuring a Buddha, injuring a fully awakened teacher. A Buddha is different from an enlightened person. Second is killing an enlightened person. Third is killing your mother. Fourth is killing your father. And fifth is intentionally creating a divism, a schism in a spiritual order, like the Buddha's Sangha, for example. If you divide the spiritual community, that type of spiritual community, it's as heavy as killing your mother or father or killing an enlightened being. So I can see with my own inner experience that if you were to go out and kill an enlightened person, the heaviness of that action, the gravity of that action, it is like you have created a miniature black hole in you or around you. And no matter what happens, no matter what you do for this lifetime, even if Jesus comes and talks to you and blesses you and tries to pull you out of this gravitational field that you're being sucked into, this black hole, it will not work. Only momentarily he can lift you out of that. But the gravity of this is so strong, it's like entering a black hole's gravitational field. You will inevitably get sucked into this. And the Buddha said something along the lines of anyone that transgresses these 5, these are the worst crimes in the universe. The punishment is so severe, it's millions of years of being born in a state of darkness and pain and suffering. The Buddha said that there is a hell, and not only there is one hell, not like a Christian hell where you go and you get punished for an eternity because you didn't believe in God or something, or or you didn't pray good enough. There are many different levels of hell, and hell being classified. I mean, you can be born in hell even in this planet. It's like, for example, you're born into a womb, into an animal womb, and you're born with a severe deformity, and you're living out your life in pain, constant pain, and then you die, and then you have to repeat the process again because that's the energy that you formed in your own mind, and your body cannot form anything other than a discordant figure. And beauty, of course, is not an accident either. A person that's born beautiful or a person that's born ugly, the Buddha said that there's reasons for that. There's actions you can take in order for you to be born in a certain way. Namely, a person that's beautiful has a calm, steady, and even mind in this lifetime and previous lifetimes. A person that is constantly agitated will be born ugly inevitably. Excuse me while I take a sip of this water. So there are many states and types of hell in the universe. One of them is called Avicii. Buddha called it Avicii or something along those lines. I believe it's a famous word now. And you're born into an animal-like body, and you live in a cave where it's completely dark, and you have no contact with your surroundings. And you're starving, you're hungry, and every once in a while there are some, I don't know how you retain sustenance, but you do. And every once in a while you come in contact with a similar type being such as you, the same creature, the same species. And you don't know each other because you're in pitch black darkness. And the second that you touch this being, you instantly think it's a threat, and then they fight to the death, basically. And they kill each other. And once they die again, they're reborn in a similar state until the heaviness of that karma or that action that they've committed in this world or wherever other world is paid off, or is burnt off, or is used up. So that's why you shouldn't kill, because it's very painful to kill living beings. It takes a great deal of wisdom and insight in order for you to see that here and now. If you kill something, or if you imagine killing something, your body, your mind closes down, it shuts down. It's punishing. Instantly, it's punishing. There are nuances to this. It's not like, it's not black and white. Although it was black and white for me when I first came in contact with the Buddha's teachings. When I came in contact with the Buddha's teachings, it was during the Vipassana 10-day meditation retreat, and the second day, S.N. Goenka gave a discourse on morality, and he gave the 5 moral precepts, which were to not to kill, not to steal, not to lie, not to misuse your sexual energy or sexual misconduct, and not to intoxicate your mind. When he first said this, I recognized, I've heard this before. Not in this existence, not in this lifetime. And instantly I knew I would be practicing this for the rest of my life, forever. This is what I do now. Like instantly this is mine. And as I was thinking about this today, I realized that when I first heard it, it was as if the Buddha was a commander of an army. And he gave these teachings, and he gave this one teaching. And this teaching I instantly recognized would give me immortality. And it's as if the Buddha, as a commander, came to his army and he said, if you follow these 5 things, you for sure will not die in the battlefield. You will not get killed. Maybe things will happen to you, you'll have to do certain things, but guaranteed you're not going to die. And you imagine, if you were to walk out into the battlefield and a commander would tell you, for sure you're not going to die if you do 1 or 2 of these things. You would do it instantly, whatever it is. So I did. And I followed these things as if they were like strictly like a soldier. I didn't kill anything. Since I was 19, I basically, the only things I've killed were a mosquito, like 2021, and I instantly felt the pain of that. Sadhguru says that a person that doesn't have spirituality needs morality. Morality is only needed when there's no spirituality. And I'm starting to get that. I understand that now. Morality is something that is given to you as a kind of a training. But once you have true spirituality, I really shouldn't talk about this. But how can I put this gently and in a way that can't be misunderstood? Once you have the wisdom to see, you will know for yourself what you can and what you can't do. But here and now, as a teacher on this YouTube channel, I'd like to be, I am going to offer you the suggestion to stay away from killing things. Now, it's obvious now that you're a human being, you have the innate feeling and understanding that you shouldn't kill human beings. Not only because it's illegal, but even if you were to walk into a country that it was perfectly legal for you to kill living beings, human beings, you still probably wouldn't do it because you understand the natural consequences of that. Whereas some human beings that are walking this earth don't understand the consequences for smaller life forms, and they go and kill and hunt and do all these sorts of things, which is, it's not right. It's inappropriate. For your own survival, it would be appropriate if it was absolutely necessary, but it's not. We live in a world, you can go to the grocery store and you can pick out virtually any food, and the best food. So you shouldn't hunt for your food. It's not right. So I urge you and challenge you to stay away from killing even insects. Well, that's actually my challenge to you, is to be aware and be wary when insects land on you, mosquitoes land on you, for you to simply brush them off or blow them away. Don't kill them. You have no right to kill living things. You didn't create a living being, and you don't know what its purpose is. Whatever this little creature that wants to bite you, whatever it needs to fulfill in this lifetime, let it fulfill that. Don't kill it intentionally. It's a totally different thing for you to kill something unintentionally, for you to be walking somewhere and accidentally step on an ant. You have no recollection or idea of that. That's totally different. That's not like killing something with intention. Intentionally killing is bad. It's wrong. So avoid killing mosquitoes. Don't kill mice. Don't kill insects in your room. Spiders, definitely not spiders. Snakes, of course, don't kill snakes. That's for sure, don't kill snakes. That's very bad for you. Not only because killing things is bad, but if you kill things, there are certain types of creatures, animals, you will have unintended consequences for you in your life. You don't want snakes coming after you, and they can, and they will. Similarly, the Buddha said not to eat certain animals. The Buddha didn't say you should be vegetarian to his monks because for various reasons. Because they needed meat to survive. It wasn't these kinds of times. Whereas the Buddha said to not eat bear meat. That's one meat to avoid eating. Crocodile meat, I believe. Horse meat, dog meat, human flesh, and I believe snakes, and maybe one other things like lions or hyenas or one of these animals, predators. And my understanding to this is that when you do eat these things, first of all, some of these beings are noble beings. You shouldn't eat noble beings, as well as elephants. You can't eat elephants, or you shouldn't eat elephants. These are noble beings. You shouldn't eat those. but also the predator type of animals, they intuitively, instinctively feel when you have their own flesh in your body, their own brothers and sisters' flesh in your own body, and that can get you killed. So that's it. That's the end of this video. It's been 15 minutes already. I hope that you've enjoyed. I assume that you've enjoyed this video. I enjoy talking to you. That's it. Avoid killing.